Well, that's got as much as I can of the navigation area in. It was always a bit dodgy regarding the switch. I need to secure and support this panel. Then I had to get the sink drain location changed. I'll tell you about that in a minute. A human body landing on top, that's my sort of litmus test. Another thing I did was I changed the pressure pump. Well, that's got as much as I can of the navigation area in. That's pretty much all of the timber and panels that I made up. That's now all installed and I think it's looking good. Now, the great thing about this, beyond getting it in, is it now means that I can get back to the electrical installation. That is another thing that has not left my mind that I just have wanted to get back to. So once again, I've got this electrical panel out and it just looks so good, in my opinion. And I just can't wait to get the panel made up so that I can get this in, the bus bars, to learn more and to put into practice what I have learned. But that, I think, will look so good in. It's a huge line in the sand, really, about moving on. I've been so keen to start on the lining, and the reason that I haven't is because I can't put lining over where I need to put electrical cables. So it's all a matter of juggling, spinning plates and trying to spin the right ones. But now I can actually get on to finalising the cable, run that cable. I've got to drill some holes through a couple of bits of steel, both the beams and, for example, these engine beds, so that I can run the cable. And so once all that's decided, drilled, painted, I can then run the cable, and then I can actually get on to putting that lining in. So what am I up to here? Restoring an old light-duty drill press, that's what. This was given to me, goodness, probably 15 years ago. And I have used it a bit, but it always had a bit of a dodgy switch, which eventually meant not being able to use it at all. I actually pulled the switch off and apart, and the intention was to replace it, which I've just tried to do because I've got a bunch of drilling I need to do, and a drill press would really be the best tool for that. I couldn't get the switch or a replacement similar, so I did buy another simple switch, but it just looked too simple. So I've had another go at renovating the old switch, which has worked, thank goodness. Mind you, warning, a screwdriver is required. So I've given it a clean up, I've given it a good spray with the inox, cleaned things, greased things, and let's see if this can do the job for me. I do have 10 pieces here. I've cut those up already and grinded the ends nice and smooth. This angle here will all be for mounting those bench tops in the galley, and of course they need the holes drilled in both flanges in order to be able to fix it to the cabinets and then up into the bench tops. Given that I do not have a bench to secure anything to, what I've done with this drill press is clamped it down with a couple of timber bearers and spacers to the steps here. This little stand here for the vise is very strong, so that's fairly stiff. It does have a little bit of movement, but it will be enough for doing what I'm going to do. So let's see how it goes. Another thing I need to do is I need to secure and support this panel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make up a block which I'll actually just glue adhere to the hull itself. I'll have a slot in that so that it'll basically be supported on either side of the panel. So I'll make that little block up which will support the bottom of the panel and keep it still. So my solution for supporting the bottom of this bulkhead was to put a slot in a piece of rosewood, and as mentioned, that will fix to the bottom of the hull. It'll be fix 15 adhered at the bottom, and that will go nowhere. I didn't film machining that up, so what I did was just set up an angle on that table saw and run it through progressively, different depths to get that. It is a little bit tight, so what I'll do, rather than run the saw blade through multiple times to try and get that right, I'll just take off a millimetre at the bottom there, and that'll make that easy. I can then just sand and round the corners up for that, and that can be epoxy coated too. This is the cabinet in the galley, and that's where the drain hose will go for the sinks, and that's the boo-boo which I need to correct. So that's the little piece there to the left which I need to now glue in. My goodness, I thought I would have got back to this much earlier. Welcome to boatwork, people. So now, thank goodness, after finishing off all the little jobs that I needed to do here, I can get back to getting this plumbing in. There was some little completion epoxy coving in the corners on some of these panels that I needed to do. There was that little piece where I made the mistake for the location for that drain hose. The tops, of course, required quite a bit of work getting that finished. Then I had to get the sink drain location changed. I'll tell you about that in a minute. And then I had to get that 316 steel and get that all cut up where the tops are going to rest on. So yeah, it's taken a while to get back to this, but we're here, finally. I've got all sorts of fittings here. And for anybody who has their own boat or who might have done a bit of plumbing work on boats or caravans or motorhomes for that matter, you might notice that these look a little bit bigger diameter, and that's because they are. I bought all marine sinks, and when I had a look at the plug and waste and the size of it, I just thought, my goodness, it's no wonder that a lot of boats, when you let the plug go and let the water out, it gurgles and takes its time to drain. So I wanted to increase the size, and that was a bit of a problem because the diameter of the plug and waste at the top there, where it actually sits in the sink, is obviously smaller than the one that I've gone for. Now this is what I'm talking about here. All of these sinks have a pressing at the bottom where the plug and waste fits so that the profile drops down, so that when the plug and waste goes in, the top of it is flush with the bottom of the sink so that water doesn't actually get trapped and pool at the bottom of your sink. So I had to get another pressing done there. It was a bit tricky. I managed to find a place who could do it, but it did take a while to get that done actually. Yet another delay, right? And you can see the difference there in the diameters. That's a significant difference. In fact, the marine and the camping ones are 1 inch, and the one I've gone for is actually a domestic 40mm plug and waste. So instead of inch or 25mm hose for the drainage, I'll be using 32 into 40mm once it gets to the through hole. There'll be a couple of holes that I have to drill through 2 of those cabinet panels. Otherwise, it's just a matter of screwing all those fittings into place, cutting this hose to the right length to join everything, and then joining it all the way to that through hole fitting. The next thing that I want to do is fit this angle, which will be where the galley tops will sit on and rest. Obviously, some of the tops will actually be bearing on top of the cabinet panels, but that's not everywhere. So I want to get it very, very well supported. Again, you got to think about if something the likes of a human body falls on it, will it hold in place? A human body landing on top, that's my sort of litmus test. So I'll be using screws and fix 15 to bond them to the panels. Just to point out too, another thing I did was I changed the pressure pump from the 3 diaphragm to the 4 diaphragm. The reason being, this is the updated model. The 4 diaphragm should negate the need for having an accumulator. Time will tell, but the pump that I've got is pretty old now, probably more than 10 years old. So I thought I'd upgrade and get one that hopefully will do away with the need for having an accumulator. But if it doesn't, it really isn't any big deal. An accumulator is something that I can add on later anyway. But it was worthwhile upgrading and giving this one a go to see if it works. The other thing, of course, is it means the other pump will be a spare. And of course, it's always good to have spares. So there you have it, people. A lot of little jobs requiring a lot of effort over more time than expected. The next episode should be another visual leap forward. Please like, subscribe, hit that bell and share. I'd really appreciate that.